Okay, I'd like to just take you on a little tour of a job that we recently did. The customer here asked us to take out all the carpet, and she had what looked like hardwood floors, but it was actually an engineered veneer-coated hardwood. She asked us to take all that out because there was some wear damage and some water damage, and replace it with this life-proof flooring. The job's about 3,000 square foot, so it was the biggest flooring job I've ever done. I bought the expensive knee pads for this job. And of course, to do this without transitions, there's about 7 spaces. Like the 3 rooms we were just in, I count that as 1 space. There were 7 spaces in this job, and we wanted to do it without any transitions. The only transitions we had were to other materials, either exterior doors or several rooms had tile in them already, ceramic tile. So we only did transitions to those areas. Everything else was interconnected. In order to do that, we had to start in this hallway. It's the only spot in the house where the flooring went from one side of the house to the other without interruption. So we did 3 or 4 rows right here in the center of this hallway. And then we proceeded to do half of the job going in the normal direction. And then the other half, we worked it backwards, which made for some interesting times. But it did come together. As long as you're patient with it, it all comes together. Also, while we were here, we repainted all of the doors and all of the base mold and most of the frames. Also on this quote included washing walls and washing some of the beams in some of the tall rooms. I didn't take very good before pictures of this job. You'll see a few of them in the slideshow after the video portion, and I'll talk about what we had there. Please forgive the train. My shop is right next to a train track as I record this. And I'm not that big on editing. So that is the video tour. 7 spaces, 3 closets. Oh, in this picture you can see the flooring real well. And look how worn it is. And it's not surprising because it's veneer. And here's some of the carpet. The carpet in places was still nice. Some places it was very worn. Here you see the tear out process. Found some interesting tile underneath. Nothing that we saved or used, but it was just neat seeing how the house used to be in certain areas. For almost all of the exterior transitions, we were able to bring the flooring within a 1/4 inch and caulk it. That was near the end of the demo process. That was an exhausting couple of weeks. We didn't have to do a lot of grinding, but some of the floors did need to be ground in order to accept the new floor. Ground or leveled. This area was leveled heavily in order to be able to make that transition. 8 pallets. There's a couple pallets left for a future project, but 8 pallets for this. We did put down the sound dampening foam, and in addition to sound dampening, it also made a difference in how it felt under your feet. I would highly recommend the foam padding for any future jobs that I do. Very simple tools for this. If you're watching this, you probably can put in this floor yourself. This is a spot where we were working backwards. You just have to be patient with it if you're working backwards. You can still tap it in very carefully. And they made a very nice bullnose stair for this area, so that way we were able to keep that look. The job included 600 foot of shoe base, which we painted with 2 coats, and then touched up as needed after it was installed. And these are some finished pictures, which of course you already saw during the walkthrough that I just sent. Changing out that old flooring made this house feel brand new. It almost felt like there was a heaviness in the air, just a little bit of mustiness. Maybe that carpet was holding something in, but replacing all these floors, this has really given a new lease of life to this dwelling space. It just felt clean and crisp anytime you came in once the flooring started going back in. And it should be easy should there ever be some flooding here, because this is in South Florida. We would actually be able to uninstall all the flooring, make sure it's dry, probably replace the sound foam, and then put it right back in. If you have any questions about cutting the jambs, cutting moldings, going around doorways, connecting this thing into one whole unit, please leave it in the comments below, and we can make some separate videos addressing those questions. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will be sending you more projects to inspect. Thank you for your time.